Chapter 14, Episode 5. Taking a flight from Halifax to Frankfurt with a Canadian passport and all those details the computer liked to see and none that they didn't was a low risk. The various government agencies were convinced, unlike Blucher, that the enemies of the state were still in Washington. That didn't mean Interpol forgot about them. However, Caprice was a university student returning to Switzerland after a visit to beautiful Nova Scotia. She had everything to prove it. If she looked a little like a known criminal, so did thousands of other travelers. Pretty and brown was a description that included many. Sally and Billy didn't go into the airport with Caprice. They waited in the truck for the flight to leave. She texted Billy when she was on the plane. "I'm on, love." "She's on, Sally." "Good. We'll wait for the plane to fly away, though." "As you please." "Am I being too sentimental?" "We're in no hurry, and I get to hang out with you. I couldn't be happier." Sally laughed. They were together more than they weren't. In the next months, they would always be together. When the plane finally did lift off, Sally and Billy drove straight to a used car dealer in Dartmouth, let the owner pay them much too little for the pickup truck, and took a taxi to Homewood Suites on the harbour front. They booked 2 days to have time to enjoy the downtown and do some shopping. They needed a few things for their journey, mostly clothes. Neither of them needed much time shopping. They both preferred almost anything else. They spent the afternoon walking around the hill of grass that used to be for blasting ships out of the water. They learned about the Great Fire of Halifax and other bits of history. They took a walk in the park before having fish and chips in a harbourfront restaurant. There were no plans for the next day. The train left the day after. They decided to buy some cannabis and walk wherever their feet took them. Sally found Billy entertaining when he had smoked. She knew he could talk when he was on about something. When he had smoked, he went off on tangents. "The Milky Way is ours for the taking. I could sit down and enjoy a coffee and a piece of pie." "A piece of pie? It's been a long time since you baked me one." "It's been a week." "Well, that's a long time for a fruit fly." "I won't argue that." "What kind are you getting?" "Blueberry." Without thinking about it. If there is blueberry, I don't need to think. "It might not be as good as yours." "I propose that in every place we stop in Canada, we eat a piece of blueberry pie." "Okay. And we will grade them in percentage to yours. With our results, we will present our independent study and teach the world something they need to know. There is pie and there is pie. Everything dies, bees can fly." They found a cafe with desserts and each had a 78% blueberry pie. That was averaged between Billy's 86% and Sally's 70%. That was pretty good. Nothing to be ashamed of. Billy was a pie and cookie man, a specialist. "I think we should find another place with blueberry pie. Get a better set of statistics. In the name of science." They managed to find 3 places not far from their hotel. They smoked a joint after each piece and sat on a bench or a rock and talked about blueberry pie. The second piece had a 62% average. Not really acceptable. The third pie was the hit. They couldn't decide. Sally didn't want to give it 100% because of her solidarity to Billy, but he did. So it got a 96%. That sealed it for Halifax. It would be hard to top that one. When the waiter came, Billy had to give praise. "That was the most beautiful piece of blueberry pie I have ever had." "Thank you. My mother will be happy to hear that." "Did your mother make it?" "She did." "I wish your mother a long and healthy life. Can we buy a pie to take with us?" "If you can wait till tomorrow. She only works in the morning." Their train didn't leave until noon. "Can we have 2 blueberry pies by 11? "Yes." Billy paid cash for the pieces of pie and coffee and 2 pies for the road trip. Sally stopped outside the little cafe and smiled at Billy. "What? You are always talking to someone and having fun. I love blueberry pie. I love seeing you like that. Take me out for blueberry pie." "I will."